The seat is burning, man. Anything we can do at the pit stop? Throw me water or something.
Hello folks, and welcome to another Tech Talk demo with Albert Fabrega, who, as we know, you like to throw yourself into these. You like to make the big effort. But I think today you've kind of gone above and beyond. It should come as no shock what we're talking about today.
Yeah, I will.
And it is, hello mate,
Yeah.
It is, of course, temperature. And the extreme temperatures that the drivers can go through in Formula One. Highest temperature we ever had at a Grand Prix was in Bahrain, 42.5 degrees Celsius out on track. Humidity, of course, is something that has to be taken into consideration as well. And I know you've been thinking a lot about ways in which drivers and teams can help to cool down the racer in the cockpit.
Yeah, because the climate condition is something that we cannot control. Even if we go to another season to some places, you cannot control what the temperature will be tomorrow. There's always forecast, but there should be maybe a line, maybe a limit where some countermeasures should be taken in order to cool down the temperatures.
Of course, we know that driver safety, driver health is of paramount importance.
Yes.
What do the teams already do in order to try to help the driver to just lower that core temperature when they're in the car?
First thing, before they jump on the car, before they hop on the car and they start the race, they're wearing like vests like that is ice. You can touch it. It's cold.
Actually hard, right?
Yes.
It's solid.
It's solid because it's ice. It's literally ice. So they cool down as much as they can the temperature of the body, as well on the head.
Yep.
And inside the body. So they drink a lot of electrolyte products like this and carbohydrate in terms to try to cool down the temperature before they jump on the car.
And this isn't just, drink 3 liters of fluids before you jump in the car. This takes place over days, weeks before the event to build the body up, build up that hydration level in the body and the water retention.
Yeah, I think it happened a lot in Singapore because everyone was ready for Singapore conditions. So the drivers used to go a little bit earlier there to do their effort in that conditions. But I think that Qatar conditions surprised everyone because even the day before the conditions were not that worse. So
and the temperature on Grand Prix Sunday wasn't that high, but it was just that the humidity level was ramped
unexpectedly.
Up 70-75% humidity, which was huge.
Incredible.
So we have the cool jacket, but the drivers don't wear that in the car.
No. Differently to, for example, the IndyCar, where the drivers are wearing something like that with a pump, a liquid going all time through their body and cooling down the body while they're driving.
So why don't we use that in Formula One?
Because they are a closed cockpit in Indy, so the temperatures rise quickly there, and it could be one of the solutions. You pointed out the solution there.
Obviously, IndyCar it's open cockpit, but they have the aero screen.
Exactly.
So the temperature really builds up in there.
Mix of a closed cockpit, like in Le Mans, for example, a closed cockpit car. They have also countermeasure. They have there an aircon, literally, because the FIA has a sensor like this one inside the cockpit that is measuring the temperature and the humidity. And when the temperature inside the cockpit is 7 degrees higher than the outside one, the one that it's setting the FIA before they start the race, you have to stop the car.
Fascinating.
So most of the teams, they use air cons literally in the car to cool down the temperature.
Now this purple thing over here, Albert.
Yeah. Well, I didn't choose the color.
We've said that you are committed to the cause today. You're wearing your overalls and your cool vest.
Yeah.
I've never seen this on an F1 weekend.
It's a portable sauna.
Of course it's a portable sauna.
Yeah, of course, I wear it in my suitcase. But as you see, I wanted to reproduce a little bit the temperature that we had in conditions that we had in Qatar. Now, with this sensor, that's a professional sensor. I have a friend that is working in a ham factory,
A ham factory?
Yeah. They
like a meat?
Yeah.
Ham factory?
The Spanish ham that you eat and you love?
The jamón ibérico.
Yeah, so you need to dry it. And you need to do it in a special temperature and humidity condition. So
it's a ham thermometer, everyone.
Yes. So it's a very professional one. So one thing I have to say, regulations, FIA regulations, they allowing Article 3.6.1 teams to open a maximum area of 1,500 square millimeters on the nose in order to have cooling. But it's not mandatory. It's not mandatory.
So that's why we don't see an aperture that big on any of the cars.
And different areas. Sometimes it's closed.
And that was something the drivers were struggling with in Qatar as well.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
But there was another problem, that the air that is coming in, it was so hot and so humid. So even moving that could be difficult.
Talking about hot and humid, are you getting in the sauna?
You want me to try?
Yeah. What are we looking for here, other than you turning yourself into a ham-on?
And you like that?
I love that, mate. I love that.
Okay, so I will dress. We have to say that obviously the driver's underwear and the overalls are made to protect the drivers from the fire.
Yes.
Fireproof. So obviously, if you're trying to stop something going into your body, you are also making difficult the heat to go out.
And the drivers can lose 3 kilos, 4 kilos, and that's 3 liters of bodily fluid.
Yes. So, as you know, the drivers has a bottle of drink. They drink during the race. But, you know, when you put it in the car and you're reaching that temperature, you have radiators in each side, you have an engine and batteries and fuel behind you. So the temperature of the liquid goes up very quick and becomes tea.
Damon Hill used to put cold tea, I believe, in his drinks bottle in the car.
Yeah.
So that when it got hot, it was just nice warm tea for him.
Yeah, that's it. So one of the solutions could be, let me put the helmet as well, huh? I chosen a proper branded one, Hot Labs. Hot Labs. Let me leave it
Extremely
there.
hot laps.
Yes, extremely Hot Labs.
Are you going to get in the sauna now?
I think so.
Okay.
We are already 95% humidity, 45 degrees centigrade. So should I go?
After you. You're a braver man than me.
I'm sweating already. Look at that. Oh dear. Let's move to Qatar.
Oh my good, that looks horrible.
Yes, I do.
Oh,
I know. I have a seat
my
here.
hand is sweating just by being close to it. Do you want me to zip you up? Right, I'm gonna zip you up.
Yes, please.
You got it.
At least I can take the hands off. You remember Joe Russell asking for air with
Yes.
the hands? But if the air is that hot, it doesn't work too much. It doesn't work too much. But, oh, it's really hot out. I have the drink here. The driver says button, so they can pump the drink inside. But for me, one solution, it could be during the pit stops, if it's empty, why not changing the bottle? You know? Why they don't do as in Le Mans, when they change the driver, they change the drinking bottle. So you have fresh drink during a pit stop, and the best thing to cool a body is to put something fresh inside. Let's do a pit stop, 2 seconds, click like something quick, fresh drink, again for the driver, and it's like, oh, now I have fresh.
It's nice and cold.
Yes, nice and cold for the rest of the race, so that could be a solution. You happy with that?
It could work. It could work.
Another solution.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, we're still having 45 degrees. The humidity has went down a little bit when you open. It's 92%
92.
now. Okay, so I will ask you to open a hole in the cockpit.
Okay.
Yeah? So I have a air blower here. So for me, the best solution to cool down, but there is a hole somewhere. Put the number 3, maximum power and blow air. Oh, I could feel instantly. When you move the air inside the cockpit, I could feel that the temperature is going down. But as always, we need to check the physics, because one thing is where I feel, and the other one is where I feel. Look at that, humidity 86 already. And the temperature 42, 41, going down very quick, 75% humidity. So imagine if it was mandatory in these conditions of the teams to open a hole in the nose, even if aerodynamically it's damaging the performance of the car.
The teams will always say, a big hole in the nose is not aerodynamically efficient.
Ugly.
Drinks bottle costs us weight. Cool vest costs us weight. Would these things have to be made mandatory in certain climatic conditions
Yeah.
in order for the teams to have to run them so that nobody runs a disadvantage compared to anyone else?
Yeah, because as always, the safety must be ahead of any single thing. And as I said before, if you have a driver that is in 100% conditions at the last lap of the race, I'm pretty much sure that he's performing better time than if he's tired and with no drinks or with no water and with no... Oh, this is falling apart, mate. Why are you still blowing air? The ham is.
You see, this is what we're talking about.
Yeah.
You lose cognitive function.
Luckily, well, I would say luckily, you didn't throw a water bucket.
Now that was something that Fernando asked for, and,
Yeah.
that's illegal. You can't do that.
No?
Because
Why?
that's weight, isn't it? It's bringing the car back up to
lucky
weight.
me then. Lucky me because there is something ready there. The microphone is expensive, mate. This is so expensive.
How's that? Is that better?
That's wet, mate. I think we have to go for the solution.
I think
rather
we
than
need,
this one.
yeah, a different solution.
This one is not. Can someone take me off here?
I think that's the end.